hey, 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 hey. Dun 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 dun. 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 Dun 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 Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a great Sunday morning. I am joining you guys live on August the 14th. We have 12 days left, ladies and gentlemen. 12 days left before the first college football game. Man, I am so excited. I cannot believe college football is here already. It is coming. I'm so excited. I got my ribs, I got my steak ready to be grilled. I got everything that you need. Might be throwing a little barbecue for everybody. All right, so as you can see, I have the Clemson Tigers schedule coming up. Be sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button because this is how the channel can get better. This is how the channel can be suggested on other people on screens. This is RW Vision TV. This is RW Vision. So, also, I want to thank everybody for joining in, for listening to me, for giving me feedback in the comment section as well. Now, as you can see, I have Clemson Tigers scheduled up there. Last year, Clemson Tigers went 10-3. To a lot of people, that was a down year for the Clemson Tigers. That they have been that good in the last maybe 8 years. I mean, they have been a very good, dominant ACC team. I mean, they have won the ACC on numerous occasions. It all started with Dabo Swinney. That's where it starts off with. He has 2 national championships. He had Deshaun Watson at quarterback, and he had Trevor Lawrence at quarterback. Those were the 2 national championships came from. They were the starting quarterbacks. This is an interesting season coming in this year. We got a lot of pieces coming in, a few new pieces, and the other pieces are already there. The defense is going to be brutal. I mean, the defense is probably going to be the best you have ever seen at Clemson this year if they stay healthy. They have to stay healthy. They lost 3 games. They lost to Georgia. Everyone know about that game. The first game of the year last year, they lost to Georgia 10-3 in a defensive struggle game. Another game they lost was North Carolina State. That was a double overtime game. A very good game for those of you that did not watch that game. That was a great game. They lost 27-21 in double overtime. Another pretty good game, they lost to Pitt 27-17. Everyone know Kenny Pickett is gone from Pitt, and so is Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison went to USC to play with quarterback Caleb Williams. So that's where their 3 losses came from last year. They're coming in this year with the number 10 recruiting class this year. Over the past few seasons, man, I tell you, Clemson had always had a top 10 recruiting class. Last year, the year before, they had a few top 5 recruiting classes. This year, they are at number 10. Dabo Swinney is one of 6 coaches, 5 head coaches. I don't count Ed Orgeron as a head coach anymore because he's not a head coach at LSU no more, but he's one of 5 head coaches in college football with a national championship. That goes with Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, Mac Brown, Dabo Swinney, and Jimbo Fisher. Now, let's talk a little bit about Clemson's program. I've been watching Clemson's program since Taj Burrow was the quarterback, and that was like 2011, 2012-ish. They have been developing a lot of talent since that year. At quarterback this year, once again, they have DJ Uiagalelei. And so DJ Uiagalelei is their quarterback again this year. Everyone knows who he is. He had high expectations last year. Last year, he was already a Heisman candidate and has not played one full game as a starter last year. And they had him as a Heisman candidate. But after the Georgia game, it was so pathetic, everybody. I mean, last season was pathetic for him. I mean, he has to have a bounce back year if he want to continue his job. If he want to continue to be the starting quarterback for the Clemson Tigers, he must bounce back this year because I tell you, they have a 5-star quarterback, Cade Klubnik. Cade Klubnik is a dual threat quarterback. He's a great quarterback. And so he will be seeing some time, but as of right now, according to head coach Dabo Swinney, DJ Ugalele will be the starter. There's no question about it. He will be the starter. Even though last year he had more interceptions than touchdowns. He had 10 interceptions and 9 touchdowns last year. And so, Clemson was a terrible passing team last year, and they also struggled to score points. However, they did score a lot of points against Wake Forest last year, but we'll talk about that soon. At running back, we have to admit that, the offense wasn't everything. Everything wasn't on DJ Ugalele's fault last year. The offensive line was very consistent. Guys was not in the right spots. Guys was not blocking well for him, and the running back was kind of inconsistent. So this year, the O line will have to fill in the pieces. They will have to be more consistent. They will have offensive linemen like Jordan McFadden, who will be the leader of the offensive line. They should be better this season because they have 4 returning starters, and so they must make up for the mistakes last year. Now, at running back, they will be returning Will Shipley, Kobe Pace, and Phil Mofa. So last year, William Shipley was he was a true freshman. And yes, Will Shipley was a 5-star running back. And guys, he is being compared to Travis Etienne. This guy is very exciting. So that is the very good thing about Clemson's offense is that Will Shipley will be in the backfield. Hopefully that he stays healthy. Hopefully they don't run him to the ground. I know he's a good back, a dual threat back. He can catch out the backfield. He can run between the tackles. Last year he had 11 touchdowns for 730 yards on the ground. So he also missed a full month last year. Notice I said he needs to stay healthy. He is also a kick returner, and also they had tight end. Clemson will have a top 5 tight end in the whole ACC. That is Davis Allen. This guy is 6'6", 250 pounds. He did not get many touches last year due to the struggling offensive line not protecting quarterback inconsistent play. He only had 28 catches for 208 yards and 2 touchdowns out of 10 starts last year. This year, I expect him to be more of an impact for him to get the ball more. At wide receiver, they have plenty of talent wide receiver. I tell you, Clemson has a lot of guys that came in the transfer portal and especially the recruiting class. These recruits are very top-notch receivers and top-notch DBs that Clemson has recruited recently. So they have Bo Collins and Joseph Gatta, but they are unproven, but they will have to improve. They also have other 4-star wide receivers like Adam Randall and Antonio Williams. So, they're loaded. Now, this is very exciting. I want to talk about this. I love talking about defense. Defense is what gave Clemson those 10 wins. They kept them in the ball game. As far as last year, they have not allowed over 27 points in one game. I think Wake Forest scored 27 points. That was the highest all year on that. Other teams, they scored like 14, 17, 3, 10, in that range. But Wake Forest had the number 4 best offense last year. So they held the 4th best offense in the nation last year to only 27 points. So that tells you how good that defense is for Clemson. Now, on defense, I will be naming a few NFL talented players. I know not head coach, but defensive coordinator Brent Venables is gone. He's Oklahoma head coach now. But I don't see the defensive line having a big drop-off. They have a new defensive coordinator in Wes Goodwin. Dabo Swinney thinks that during the spring game, I watched the spring game that Clemson had this year, and Dabo Swinney had an interview. He said that they should have at least 6 to 7 defensive linemen that go to the NFL draft this year. Well, he might be right. These guys are great, man. These are good guys. There got guys like Miles Murphy, Xavier Thomas, Brian Breese, Tyler Davis, KJ Herring, Justin McCall, Trey Williams, Peyton Page. These guys are loaded, man. Let's talk about Miles Murphy. And Miles Murphy, he would definitely be the best defensive end in all of ACC, and he might even be the best defensive end in all of college football. This guy is the best edge rusher in college football for sure. He's standing at 6'5", 275 pounds. Last year he had 43 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, 7 sacks, 2 forced fumbles last year. So he will be playing on Sundays for sure. The other end, so I talked about the first end. Let's talk about the other defensive end, Xavier Thomas. Xavier Thomas had 21 tackles, 6.5 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks. He had 2 forced fumbles last year. People are comparing these two ends to like Jordan Davis and Devontae Wyatt. That was Georgia defensive ends last year. Now, all they have to do is stay healthy. If they stay healthy this year, yes, you can compare these two guys to Jordan Davis and Devontae Wyatt that Georgia had last year. Now, at defensive tackle, I will name this guy is a monster. His name is Brian Breese. Those of you that don't know, he was third overall in the 2020 recruiting class. He was the best defensive tackle. He was a five-star recruit. The thing is, he wasn't healthy all the time. So hopefully he'll be healthy a lot this year. Last year he had a bad knee injury and kind of set him back to just 4 games. If he stays healthy, he'll have a monster season, guys. I'm telling you. Look out for that name, Brian Breese. He is a monster, and these 3 guys I named so far will definitely play on Sundays. Now, another deep tackle is Tyler Davis. If he stays healthy, he will be a first-round pick, along with Breese, Murphy, and Thomas. They also got guys, to come in a rotation like KJ Henry, Justin Mescal, Trey Williams, Peyton Page, to add depth to that defensive line. They have the best defensive line in the country, in my opinion. I mean, that defensive line is loaded. Now, let's go to linebacker. In my opinion, this is the second best linebacking group in the ACC behind North Carolina State. North Carolina State, I did a video version of them like maybe a week or 2 ago, and they definitely have a good linebacker group. So I got Clemson's linebacking group. At linebacker, they have Trenton Simpson. Outside of quarterbacks, I'm sorry, not quarterbacks, but NC State's linebacker crew, I think that Trenton Simpson is the best linebacker in ACC outside of, North Carolina State's. Also, he had 64 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, 6 sacks. He will be a first-round pick. Other linebackers will also have the benefit of playing next to Simpson. That is Levante Bentley and Barry Carter. So they will have an advantage playing next to Simpson. The weakness, if I was to pick a weakness, let's be real, guys. There is no weakness in Clemson's defense. But if you wanted to just pick one out of all 3 levels, front line, middle, and in the back, I would say the DBs. As far as DBs, I would say cornerbacks. At cornerbacks, there would be probably the Wiggins. They got Sheridan Jones and Nate Wiggins. And they would definitely have to prove themselves because, they did not have as many snaps last year. At safety, they would have Andrew Mukuba. He is the former ACC Defensive Rookie of the Year. He is picked to be an All-American this year. That is how good he is. Also, they have another safety in Jordan Phillips, and he will be a senior this year with a little experience. So that's the defense, guys. This defense would definitely be a top 5 defense in the nation, and I definitely would probably have them making a playoff appearance this year. I know they did not make a playoff appearance last year, but be careful for Clemson because if that offense hold up against opposing teams, they will definitely make a playoff appearance. Now, let's get on to the schedule, guys. Let's get on to the schedule. The first game of the year, September 5th, they play Georgia Tech. Guys, I know Georgia Tech has a pretty good running game, but that's it. I mean, this is one of the worst Power 5 teams in the country. I don't think this will be a good game. I know that this is a confident booster game for quarterback DJ Ugalele. He needs to have this confident booster because, like I told you guys, Cade Klubnik, he is, right behind him, looking back for him. So, I'm sorry, I just messed up the schedule a little bit. Let me fix this up just a little bit. Okay, here we go. Now, the next game is against Foreman, another team in South Carolina. They play at Foreman University. This is a very good academic school, but not a great football school. So I have Foreman losing this game easily. This should be a blowout game. It should not be close. This is another confident booster game. September 17th, they play La Tech, Louisiana Tech. They have a pretty good offense every year, but not a great defense. These guys are not as, I don't think these guys are as skilled as Clemson. I think Clemson will hold their own and demolish these boys. I don't think this game will be close either. So we're looking at 3-0 before we play Wake Forest on September the 24th. Now, since we're playing Wake Forest, Notice they beat Wake Forest last year. They beat them pretty good. They held Wake Forest to only 27 points. This game, I think that Clemson will win this game as well. I know it's on the road. I know I have this highlighted as a red because I think this is a potential trap game. It's on the road, and Clemson, the quarterback and offensive play must be consistent in order to win this game. North Carolina State, I think this is the game of the year. Well, one of the game of the years. I have maybe 3 game of the years. That's North Carolina State, Notre Dame, and Miami. But North Carolina State, they beat you guys last year. So on October the 1st, you guys come back home to play North Carolina State. North Carolina State will have a good quarterback, good defense, good offensive line, pretty good running back. I mean, they're a very balanced team. Watch out for this game. If you guys are not ready to play this game, you will lose again to North Carolina State. But luckily, RW Vision have this game as a win. I have this game as a win, and I think this will be a very close game. Next, you guys have Boston College. Boston College, you guys beat them 19-13 last year. I saw that some people have Clemson losing to this team this year. I don't see how. I know it's a game on the road. I don't see this game being, like last year. I think this game will be a little further away than last year. Last year was a close game, but I think Clemson will win this game easily. Florida State. Now, this game will be a good game. Another road game. I think that Florida State will be better this year. However, I think Clemson is more talented. Their defense is better. Their offense, all they have to do is just keep that offense from turning the ball over, let them play consistent. I think that Clemson will beat Florida State. Another home game against Syracuse. Syracuse is a pretty good football team, but they only have a running game. I think that Clemson's defensive line, defensive backs, and linebackers will get after that running game. I have Clemson winning this game easily. Now, as you can see, I have a red X to away. They go away to Notre Dame. This, my friends, is a very tough game. This is a very tough game. The last time they went to Notre Dame, they lost. This year, Notre Dame has another good quarterback. They have a good offensive line, good running back, good wide receiver, and a good defense. Notre Dame will be a tough team to beat when they play at home. So, unfortunately, you guys get to play an away game to Notre Dame. This, my friends, I wanted to say Clemson was going to go undefeated this year, actually. But I do not think that you guys will beat Notre Dame on the road this year. So, I have Notre Dame winning this game. Next, you guys have Louisville. This will be a tough game on the road, guys. But, however, Clemson don't lose very often at home. If Clemson have a home game, they don't lose. Clemson hasn't lost a home game to, I don't think, 2018, 2016. That was by 1 point. That was the last time they lost a home game in Clemson. I have Clemson beating Louisville easily this game. Now, here we go, another potential game of the year against Miami, the Hurricanes, on November the 19th. This will be a pretty good game. However, I have Louisville, not Louisville, but Clemson winning this game. Clemson should win this game easily. Well, not easily, but, I think it'll be a good game. Miami still have some places to fill in, so I think Clemson has it a little more together than Miami. Now let's go to the in-state rivalry of South Carolina. We have Clemson versus South Carolina on November 26th. Guys, last year you guys beat South Carolina 30-0, and you guys supposedly have some kind of down year. You go 10 games and you win 10 games, you have a down year, right? But this game is not going to be 30-0 this year. I'm sorry, Clemson fan. This game will be tough in the beginning, but I think you guys will roll in the end in the fourth quarter. Spencer Ratler is South Carolina new quarterback, and I know he will keep the first half competitive. But luckily, I have you guys winning this game. I think you guys win this game. This should be a good game in the beginning, but not a good game in the second half. So I have you guys win this game. Now, as you can see, I have you guys going 11-1. I wanted to say you guys will go undefeated if you guys will beat Notre Dame. I can see you guys beating Notre Dame, but it's hard to beat Notre Dame on the road. You guys did lose to Notre Dame on the road in the past. I think that was 2 years ago. So here we go, folks. We are at 11-1. I have this game. I have this team going 11-1. So let me know what you guys think about this schedule, guys. And I just wanted to get this schedule out before I go to church today. I really appreciate you guys paying attention, listening. Let me know what you guys think. Be sure to comment, leave a like button, smash that subscribe button. Y'all have a good day. Thank you.